Hey, yo, Dom, I heard you got that new deal. Is that right?
Yeah, you know it, bro. I got this resin, and I got this brand new fancy electronic nectar collector for you to check out, bro.
How about we make this a real party, eh? How about you throw on a movie? Half-Baked, do you have that one?
To be honest with you, I think I've only watched Half-Baked like one time in passing. I don't really remember much of it. It was so long ago, man.
You've never watched Half-Baked? How do you call yourself a stoner? Oh boy, let me show you something. Now, let me show you this cool-ass movie.
I'm gonna say the N-word. That's racist. You can't say the N-word.
Welcome back, my good little subs. It's your Dom, back with another banger. Here, today, now, yesterday, tomorrow, and next week, we're going to be talking about murder. Well, not really murder, but a movie revolving murder, schemes, dealing, conflict. A very classic stoner comedy called Half-Baked. See, my friend Romney suggested it to me, and I decided I'd watch it. And I wouldn't just watch it, but I'd do a review on it because, well, to be honest with you, my Seahorse Max right now is charging. I couldn't really dab and enjoy the movie. I had to vape and watch the movie, and that's fine and dandy. I still had smoke, but well, here I am, and since I'm not so stupid, I might as well make a video, right? So, let's talk about Half-Baked. This comedy came out in, to be honest with you, I have no idea, sometime in the 90s. I don't really stem that far back, at least not to my own knowledge. But let's get right into it. See, we're introduced to four main characters. There's Thurgood, who is a custodian. Okay, we have a record store employee named Brian. We have an inspiring chef named Scarface. I don't know why he's called that. He doesn't have a scar on his face. But hey. And a cold-blooded murderer named Kenny. Now see, Kenny has an insatiable bloodlust. And he cannot contain it. So what he does is, he gets his friends high, and in their inebriated state, he sneaks away. And, well, he sneaks away to practice his perversion by killing an officer of the law, Mr. Sweet-Tooth. Now, let's just get a moment of silence for Mr. Sweet-Tooth. Okay, anyways, thankfully so, another officer of the law is there and puts Kenny away for his crimes. But, his friends care about this cold-blooded monster for some reason, decide they need to bust him out because he was wrongfully put in jail. This entire time, the movie will play out to make him seem like a victim, but he knew what he was doing, that absolute monster. He killed Mr. Sweet-Tooth. I don't believe his lies. I don't believe his innocence. But that's neither here nor there. So then we move on to see Thurgood at work, where he somehow obtains this supernatural hemp that can make people fly. You get stupid high, you know what I mean? This is just some psychedelic super weed. And in their desperation, Brian and Scarface decide, hey, we can sell this, and maybe we can raise the money to post bail for our cold-blooded murderer friend Kenny. Maybe some rehabilitation so he doesn't have that need to kill. Eventually they persuade Thurgood to follow through, and they struggle initially because they have many reckless spending habits, as many new dealers do, you know what I mean? When I first started, I was like 10. You know what I mean? I was technically turning 10, so, I would always spend all my money dealing. to buy, Nintendos and sweets and all that. I was guilty of it too, but we all grow and we learn. And they ended up buying this dog named Killer. Yeah, this will be important later, and I'll tell you why in a second. The boys managed to draw a lot of attention to themselves with this business that they're, this dealing. They go by the persona of Mr. Nice Guy. And Mr. Nice Guy, this business venture, actually managed to draw the attention of a local celebrity named Sir Smokes-a-Lot.
When life is hard, I pick up that car with the smiley face. Call him over to my place.
And that's not the only person whose attention they draw. They draw the attention to his former dealer named Samson.
Samson, looks like somebody's cutting into your business, baby.
Nice guy.
And obviously Samson isn't happy that his clients are going over to this new Mr. Nice Guy, so he decides to pay them a visit. And there, he decides to challenge Killer to a death match. Yes, he challenges Killer the dog to a battle to the death to determine who will be the kingpin of whatever city it is that they live in. I don't think it's ever determined. This all happens off screen, of course. You don't get to see the epic, heart-wrenching battle that happens between the two, but I'm told audiences were moved thoroughly. Anyways, continuing the plot, Thurgood decides to plot a scheme to avenge his fallen brother Killer. See, he pretends to be a Jamaican to breathe life into the Mr. Nice Guy persona, because in doing so, he can lure Samson in. He's a smart fella.
As opposed to being a fart smeller.
So, eventually, Samson calls him over to talk deals and negotiations. They get captured and he forces them to pay 20% of their revenue so they can continue on with their lives. But what he doesn't realize is this was all part of Thurgood's plan. He wanted to be captured. More on that later. Mr. Nice Guy, as I will be referring to Thurgood as from now on, reaches out to his oracle, which is a guy on the couch. It's not a man on the chair. This movie's clever. He's a guy on the couch. So they can pull off a heist to steal mass amounts of weed from his workplace. So they can deal massive amounts so they can pay off that 20% cut while also getting their friend out of prison. But the plan backfires, and Nice Guy and his friends are caught by the feds. Things are looking bleak as they're backed into the corner by the feds. And they gotta work for Samson. But Nice Guy does what he does best, and he cuts a deal with the feds. Oh yeah. He's smart. He's always one step ahead. You know what I mean? He strikes a deal with them. He'll give up Samson if Kenny gets freed. The feds don't know what they're up against. They fail to realize that Nice Guy has the upper hand, and they're just playing right into it. So, in a wicked display of quick thinking, Mr. Nice Guy actually manages to intoxicate and get the federales high as hell. Therefore, negating their presence. And, this is when he delivers swift justice and gender equality to Samson and his forces.
Fellas, let's beat these bitches.
This is the moment where Thurgood has fully transcended into the Nice Guy. He's no longer Thurgood. He is Mr. Nice Guy. And he allows Scarface to be captured by Samson. This is when Samson lets his guard down. He thinks he has the upper hand, but in reality, he's just playing into Mr. Nice Guy's plot. He saw this coming. Can't you see? He was playing chess while everybody else around him was playing checkers. See, in doing so, this forces Brian, to do dark magic and summon this warlock named Jerry Garcia to come and completely annihilate Samson. It comes completely out of left field. but the boys managed to do it. The competition is slain. They're on top, and Kenny is now free. Nobody can challenge Mr. Nice Guy. And the Thurgood we once knew has become something else. Is there any chance of a sequel? Fuck no. What's Dave Chappelle doing nowadays? Epic Fortnite dances. And with that, baby, this has been Half Baked, the movie review. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. It's a great movie to watch when you're baked. It's a stoner comedy. Don't expect like the most thorough, in-depth story, but this one really surprised me. You know, it was like Breaking Bad before Breaking Bad was Breaking Bad. Mr. Nice Guy conquered the world just so Heisenberg could make a name for himself. Next time you want to say this guy or this other guy is a kingpin, just think back. Think back to Mr. Nice Guy and his drug-fueled escapades. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay wicked.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Slap!